Hey everybody at home, welcome to E3 at GameSpot. This is our coverage. This is stage 2, and we've got a whole bunch of games coming over the next 3 days on this stage, some really exciting ones. And actually coming up now, is one of my favorite games from the last few years. We're going to be talking about Deus Ex Human Revolution, and a very particular new edition coming to Wii U. Now, also in this segment, we're going to get some exclusive news that nobody has ever heard before, so you have to stay with us for that. Now, I'm joined by two lovely guys from Eidos Montreal to speak to us about Deus Ex, and we have Jean-Frank, JF,
Yeah,
Jean-François.
exactly.
You have many names.
Jeff at you.
Okay, fantastic. And we also have Emile, right?
Right. How are you doing?
Thank you very much for joining me on stage, guys. So I think we're going to start, if I'm right, with the new version, the Director's Cut edition of Deus Ex Human Revolution. So why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about why you wanted to bring this to Wii U and what's different about the Director's Cut edition?
Right. Well, it started like a couple of years ago when the new Nintendo console was announced, and we had the chance to play a little bit with the console and the controller, and we were like, it could be nice to have some of the augmentations of Adam Jensen working on that and everything, but back in the day it stayed like something very high level, and at some point we said we should go into it and really do something special that will take advantage of the Wii U, but also we would give more to our fans.
Fantastic.
Of the first,
and we can see it on stage. We can see it on screen right now, and even showing us some of the implementation of the Wii U.
So that's just one of the many change and new feature that we brought. Right now what we're seeing is actually the inventory, which was previously an in-game menu. So one of the few things that the Wii U allowed us to do is use that dual screen experience to put all those in-game menu and more game feature on that dual screen to leave the main screen open, so you don't have all of those windows clustering your experience, and actually helps the immersion of the game.
So a question I have there is, when you bring up the pad like that, does it pause the game?
No. Well, actually, for the inventory, it does.
Inventory pauses.
There is some change. For example, the looting. So the looting originally in Human Revolution would pause the game. But right now, since it's all been done on the second screen, the game still continues.
I see. Now what we're seeing here is obviously a cutscene, but am I right in thinking that there have been some graphical updates? So it's not just user interface. So tell us about what you've done to try and make the Wii U version better looking than it was before.
Right. So what happened is when GF here and the original team did the Missing Link, the DLC, they kept working on the game engine to make better graphic, you know? So the Missing Link is actually better looking than Human Revolution. So what we actually did is take all that knowledge and all those improvements and just port it over the whole game.
Okay, so if we're going to get into like nitty gritty for a minute, what kind of things has the Wii U allowed you to do? Is it like on the kind of lighting side? Is it textures?
The major thing would be actually the shadows, so we have better shadow, smoother shadows.
You heard it here, the Wii U version has best shadows.
I think that the major thing people will see is actually anti-aliasing.
Anti-aliasing, okay.
So that makes a huge difference, and in total, it's just slightly above the PC version.
Oh wow! Okay, wow, that's a big claim. Okay, excellent, fantastic. So, talk us through what we're seeing here. This is mission. I recall this one. This is fairly early on in the game.
Yeah, it's fairly early. We're at FEMA camp, so right now we're actually taking a look at the map to see where we're going, and we're actually going to see a new feature with this. Is that I can actually take notes on the map, and this will update in real time on my radar afterwards.
Oh, I see.
So see here, I'm just seeing this opening here. That's where I want to go, and so I'll just mark here.
So if you spot what you think is an alternative path, you can be like, mark that.
Yeah,
I'm going to check out what's ahead. I can maybe come back and actually go that way.
Yeah, actually, all your marking will keep through the whole game. So whenever you come back, they're still going to be there. So it's pretty awesome.
Okay, we got the radar here. Oh, and what's going on here?
This is a big thing. This is actually a completely new augmentation.
Oh.
So people will recognize maybe something that looks like the Smart Vision, which allows you to see through wall. But right now, with this augmented, this upgraded augmentation, you can actually see additional data about your enemy. So their health, their armor type, and all the loot they're carrying on them.
Oh, right, because I remember when you upgraded that augmentation in the original vanilla version, you could see some additional details, all right? Like, with their health,
there was only a Smart Vision.
Was there only airlines?
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, sorry,
so
I must have imagined that.
Yeah.
I'm obviously augmented because I saw that. Okay, cool, that's great.
So yeah, there's a lot of new things. So new augmentation, new game mechanics. So it's not really, for us it was right off the bat, we knew that when GF started working on that project, we're not making any port. So when we have this chance to go back into the game, so why not take the time to add some new feature as well as fixing the thing that weren't as much as appealing to player that we thought it would be. So for example,
would you say the Wii U is is this the best version of Deus Ex?
It's totally the ultimate version of Deus Ex.
Oh, the ultimate, I see.
Everything we like to deliver is there.
But actually, we took a lot of the criticisms that we received after the release. We had a lot of praise, but we also some aspects like boss fights.
Yeah, exactly. Boss lining.
I heard about that.
I think
that the graphics, also the AI.
Game length.
Some people also were complaining, like in the top 10 criticisms, like the length of the game and everything.
Yeah.
And we took all those criticisms, and I think we addressed like 10 out of 11 or something like that. So we really polished a lot of stuff, make it really like the
right
ultimate
now,
version.
if you take a look, what's this is a completely new feature. It's called an Enfilog. So what happened? This is probably one of my friends that left that for me in his game. So it's a way to take screenshot. You can record your voice. You can do some handwriting, some scribble, and then you can share that through the Miiverse to all my friends who owns Deus Ex. So it's a way to share information, some tips, some tricks. So if you find, let's say, a neat passage or a secret, you can take a screenshot, record your voice, share it to your friend, and in-game, without breaking the immersion or without pausing the game, I can access that information.
And you can record your voice. So
Exactly.
you can say like, I know you're never asked for this, but here's some loot. All right,
Exactly.
brilliant, yeah. That's my best Adam Jensen. I'm sure you'll admit it's quite wonderful.
It's been
So I remember this level because right at the beginning, I always did this thing, because you can trade with a couple of other people there.
Right at the beginning.
And I remember trying to trade with them and accidentally hitting one of my augmentations and blowing them all up. That's my memory of this mission, which then left me. But then I looted their bodies, so I kind of got all the stuff anyway, right?
That's it.
Just maybe morally ambiguous.
Right. So now we just took a look at the extra menu, which is now in the game. It's all new feature that we've added. So for example, we just turned on the developers commentary. So we have my good friend GF here and a bunch of other developers talking about some feature in the game and stuff. And throughout the game, you have those commentary just popping out, giving information about game mechanics or anecdote while making the game. And we have over 8 hours worth of those commentary. Along that, we have the strategy guide that's been digitally implemented and put inside the game, and our own achievement system with new achievement for the Wii U. And right now we're seeing the game being played on the gamepad only, so that was a neat feature with the Wii U, right? We had to exploit that, so you can play the entire game. Every game mechanic are still there, only on the gamepad.
Okay. Now, at the top of the show, I promised our viewers right now to Stage 2 live at E3 that you had some exclusive information about this game. Would you like to, because everyone's on tenterhooks, could you share it with us?
Exactly. So we have a great news to all those Deus Ex fans out there. At Eidos Montreal, we really listened to our fans and to the community, and we had a lot of requests to bring the Director's Cut and all its improvement and new feature to Xbox, PS3, and PC. Well, we are proud to announce today that we are responding to that request, and the Director's Cut of Human Revolution will make its way later this year on 360, PS3, PC, and Mac.
Okay, wow, that's quite a list.
Right.
Oh, we got some cheers there, yeah. The fans love it. So if I can ask a question, so that's all current gen, which is great, but did you ever consider trying to bring it to next gen in some capacity?
Right.
Would you like it?
Would I like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, probably.
Okay, because we listen to the fans.
We listen to the fans.
Okay, yeah. I'd say I'm probably a fan. Yeah, okay.
All right.
But only one copy and just for me.
Okay, perfect.
Okay?
Also,
perfect.
we'll see what we can do.
Okay, fine. One for Danny, cameraman as well. I suppose that's okay.
We'll find a way to make it happen.
Excellent. So what really prompted you to kind of bring it? Because I guess when you're developing something for the Wii U, correct me if I'm wrong, you're obviously bringing in all this new opportunities to experiment with your game, as we've seen here. So then, is it not quite a challenge then to go back and say, well, wait a minute, okay, let's try and bring it back to the consoles, but of course we don't have these new kind of inputs and things like that. So if I buy it for my Xbox 360, what am I actually going to get that's new?
Right, so obviously it was a challenge. That's why we didn't do it at first. You know, the Wii U has this unique those unique feature and this unique experience, and it was a challenge for us. But since we want to make the community happy, we can say without too much detail at this time. But you will have the opportunity to have this dual screen experience, even on the Xbox and on PS3.
Think I can make an educated guess. You guys cannot comment. There may be some sort of very intelligent glass or something like that. I don't know. Who knows? Right?
Who knows?
Who knows? Okay, that's great.
So right now we're gonna actually take a look at the first boss fight in the game. So player will remember Barret is your tank archetype enemy who can dish out a lot and take a lot of damage.
I will confess, when I played this part of the game, I'd spent all my time, just spent all my augmentation, all my practice points on the ability to cloak. And I was like, I'm so badass, I'm invisible. And that was no good to me against this guy. He killed me about 5
So you'll have
times
to be quick here, but let's take a look at the WGP. Barret is actually going to throw us a grenade. And a brand new game feature allows us to do a grenade throwback.
Wow.
So your neural hub actually warns you of grenade in your surrounding, and you're just able to swipe it to throw it back at the enemy.
Now that ladder wasn't there before.
Exactly. So what happened is we redid the whole boss fight of all the game. So
every single boss fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the layout, the map layout.
The map layout as well. We've tweaked their AI. You can see on top now that you can see is health. Actually. So it gives a better feedback to the player.
Shoot the barrel. Shoot the barrel.
Right. So now we would have a perfect sniping spot. But I won't do it because what I want to show you now is, our major feedback on the boss fight was that it was too much combat oriented.
Okay.
So if you would play the game as a hacker player, a stealth player oriented, you have a really hard time dealing with those boss fights. So now we actually implemented hacking challenge and secret area that rewards pathfinding player. And for now, what we're going to attempt with this playthrough, with this Barret boss fight, is that you can actually kill all those boss fights without firing a single bullet.
Wow, okay.
So stealth and hacking player will have their way to deal with those boss fights.
And the hacking looks like it lends itself quite well to the touchpad, actually. Because before it was quite fiddly on the Xbox or PlayStation, where you had to jump between using the sticks. You had to be very quick. So you can just touch them on the...
Exactly. It feels super natural. It's very intuitive. It just flows very, very well. And with the dual screen, that actually allows you to use your main screen to look around you and your surroundings, so you make sure you don't get spot, because the hacking is done only on the second screen. So that's it's very useful, especially in the boss fight, because you don't want Barret catching you off guard while you're hacking a door or something.
Exactly. So we can now just go out that door and say, "So long, buddy."
Exactly. And so right now we're entering this completely new area, just checking that he's not... Oh, and we just passed, you're going to see here in the top right corner, the incoming commentary. So we actually have GF here, who's left the commentary.
With my exotic French-Canadian accent.
Exactly. And Antoine is one of the game designers, so they're talking about a feature. So they're actually talking about the first boss fight, what happened, and their initial idea and thought.
Okay.
And meanwhile, you can still continue to play, because this doesn't impair your gameplay, it doesn't pause the game in any way.
I gotta say, it's quite hilarious in a good way, like the touch of having their little avatars in the top corner, as if it was a conversation with, one of the other characters in the game. It's very Sarif's calling you up. It's like, no, it's not Sarif, it's JF. And he wants to tell you about boss fights and the ethos of boss fights. Just like, really, man? I'm trying to escape this building. Is now the time?
You'll know it right away with their accent.
Yeah, it's good.
So here we just act a door that opened to the Dream Armory. So players who were lacking ammunition or guns will find weapons here, an explosive barrel, gas barrel, some new tools in the end of player to deal with those boss fight in situation of needs.
Okay.
So right now you can see on our left we have some turrets, so you can probably figure out what we're going to do. So as a hacking player, they're not activated right now, so we're going to look at the where we can find the system link to activate those, and we're going to use them to deal with our friend Barret.
Okay, so you just use the smart vision.
Exactly, because I saw that the computer is probably that one over there, and here we had a secret passage behind those boxes. So there's even secret area in the boss fight, area.
I feel like fire regulations in Deus Ex Human Revolution are obviously very lax because boxes are left everywhere in corridors. And in my experience of working in a workplace, that's not on. So yeah, it's just an interesting thing.
But it's in 2027. You don't know that.
Oh, there are no fires. Of course, yes. We've cured fire by 2027.
All right.
Yes.
So this is a level 2, but I don't want to be caught by Barrett, so I'm gonna use. Actually, here it's a automatic unlocking device that actually found because of my friend Infolog.
Ah. Thanks,
So
JF.
it's gonna, yeah, exactly. Thank you. So it's gonna unlock the computer for me. I'm just gonna activate those bad turrets, and now the only thing I must do is either drop Barrett in front of them, or actually saw a weakness in the wall in front of one of them, which is a punch roll.
Can you punch through that?
I could punch
Fantastic.
it. Or if you don't have the augmentation, you can still use an explosive barrel or a grenade to destroy that weakness in the wall. So even if you don't have the augmentation, you can still open it. So the turret kind of freaked out a little bit here, but
You can move
with
it
the
through.
heavy lifting, I'm just gonna take it, wait for Barrett to show up, and
so
I finally have my revenge on that boss fight.
Damn right. I'm
Make me
gonna
die
enjoy
times
this.
and times again.
I'm gonna enjoy this. So
And let me remind you that we did not fire a single bullet in all the boss fights.
no, that's true. We didn't technically fire bullets. You are holding a turret, which is firing a lot of bullets.
The only thing we
I don't
couldn't
think you
do-
get away with that in a court of law. But yes, you didn't
Right.
technically
The only
fire
thing we
bullets.
couldn't do was to change, like, if you can make them live or not. It's something that originally we wanted to do back in the day, but we had a lot of challenges and we couldn't achieve it. And now, for the story, we couldn't change the story, so it was the only limitation.
Yeah, so-
but for the rest, you can play cat and mouse and be more and
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
You
So
have
the
more
end result-
possibilities.
The end result is the same, but how you do it,
Exactly.
you now have
Yeah,
options.
exactly.
You don't have to go for the fight. That's great news. I gotta say, like that was the thing that
Sorry.
that was the biggest bugbear with the game for me, and I'm sure a lot of people, which I'm sure you've heard. But it's great to see.
I
you've
heard
addressed
that
That's great.
somewhere.
If I could just ask you a little bit about like the challenge of bringing a game which came out in 2011. It's on what is now going to be soon going to be the current gen as opposed to the new next gen.
Yeah.
Was that intimidating at all? Like saying, hey, here's a game that was out 2 years ago, and we're releasing it again. Okay, albeit on a new platform.
Yeah.
I mean, does that feel risky? I mean, how do you feel about it?
Well, actually, I think for me it was more an opportunity to make the Ultimate Edition for the fans, like those who really, really want to play it again, but like they never played it before, or for those who always been like, you know what, it looks like it's a nice game, but didn't have the chance to play it, and now it comes back with this full-on package that wasn't there the first time around and everything. And like Emil said, we integrated the missing link and all the other.
Well, I believe we have enough reason for a player who's enjoyed it to go right back in, either for the new narrative line with the DLC, the missing link in there, with the developer's commentary if you want to know more about the whole Deus Ex universe. You have the new boss fight that you'll probably want to try out. And
for us, what was important it was that we didn't just repackage the old game and put it back. That I wouldn't have agreed with that. So with what we did now, I'm confident that we really have a real added value to this product.
And you have the New Game Plus, so now you're finally gonna able to have all those
it's true.
augmentation.
Yeah.
And you know,
we almost forgot about that.
but when
them
you
all in
look
there.
when you look at all the community message that we've received when we announced that on Wii U, you can see now that the fans are asking for it. So I don't feel like.
And when can the fans who are asking for it get their hands on the new director's cut of Deus Ex?
Right, it's going to be later this year, but
Later
we don't
this
have
year.
any official date.
No date yet, but later this year. Okay.
Right.
Well, obviously, the Wii U is a thing you can carry around, so you can play Deus Ex in other parts of your house. But that's not the only device in which you can play Deus Ex on the go. Am I not right? Do you have a new game to show us, which allows you to have a Deus Ex experience on the move?
Right.
And that, did you like my segue? It was great, wasn't it?
It's totally awesome.
Wasn't very
Awesome.
good. So tell us about your new mobile iOS Deus Ex.
Well, it's a brand new Deus Ex. It's called Deus Ex The Fall. And our goal with that product was really to bring the Deus Ex on the go and bring a new adventure to the players. We really wanted to explore other avenues and develop other Deus Ex products and everything with some of the emerging platforms and everything. So The Fall is set in 2027. And it happens roughly at the same time as Adam Jensen is recovering from his injuries.
But that is not Adam Jensen.
This
Who's
is Ben
chap?
Saxon. Actually, he's a former SAS British mercenary, and he has been betrayed by his former employers, the Tyrants. And now he's on the run to try to find some neuropoison, some drugs to help sustain the augmentations. And the Tyrants are trying to catch him. So.
Okay.
It's a brand new storyline. If you read the Icarus Effect novel by James Swallow, that's the direct sequel to it. And James Swallow has been involved. Mary Damarl, who was also the narrative director on Deus Ex Human Revolution, I've been involved, of course, too. David Anfossi, the producer, and JJB, the art director, has also helped the Infusion team that we work with. It's a very talented team that works in New Jersey on mobile games, and they were really keen into making this really awesome Deus Ex experience. And we worked together to create this unique product that, even though it's on mobile, it's really Deus Ex. It plays like Deus Ex, it feels, it tastes like Deus Ex. So,
okay, so one of the challenges, one of the things that I've always felt when I'm trying to play like first-person games involving shooting on the iPad is the controls are difficult to get right. So can you talk me through how you actually control this?
Actually, you have the left thumbstick and the right thumbstick on the side of the screen, and you just can move around the camera and your character. But also you can double tap on the screen to go where you want to go, and it's going to go there automatically. And if you double tap on a wall, Ben Saxon is going to run immediately to the wall and take cover. So we really smoothed out the controls to make it as simple as possible. So those people who played it so far, like some are skeptical at first, like you, and when they play it, they're wow. Actually, it feels really good.
Right.
It plays really well. So I'm really happy with what the Infusion guys managed to do.
Okay, there's also a lot of buttons. Am I right in thinking?
So
can you move them around and place them? In
what we're with the buttons?
But we can come to that because let's have like the augmentations.
But with this, basically, we can attack, so we need to go and augment our hacking skills. But we also have like 24 augmentations for this game. Some of the Human Revolution augmentations coming back, and we have some new ones too, like a cloak dash, where you cloak automatically and you can tap on the screen and go very fast to another side and surprise an enemy. It's really efficient and everything. So here we're using the hacking now that we have upgraded ourselves. And it's very it's the touch screen, like a little bit like Emil was talking for the Wii U. So it feels very natural and everything. And for this one, we have a record when we demo it that we always fail that hacking. It's just that we have the right level, but we don't have all the other add-ons for the hacking to make sure that we can win it. So we'll have to get out of there. People are a little bit scared because now the alarm is triggered. So we're going to go out in the streets to discover where there is. So at this point in the game, it's really early. Ben Saxon, like I said, is trying to find this drug to help with the augmentation and everything. So he has to go into the outside, and he risks to be discovered by the ones who are tracking him.
Oh, right.
So now we're in the streets of Panama. A little bit like Human Revolution, we have a blend of compounds, like smaller compounds, and open cities where you can go around, explore, talk to people. There's secrets to discover as well and everything. So you can really go on and discover the lore of this game. At this point, we're going to go into a direction to talk with a doctor. In the storyline at this point, we need to meet with some sort of shady doctor and to find more for the drug we need, the neuropoison.
Oh, we're going to go clubbing. Let's go clubbing.
Yeah, we can go there. Actually, there's a mission. Right now, there's a song playing in there. It's a good opportunity to say that Michael McCann, that wrote the fantastic score for Human Revolution, is back for some new tracks for this game. And now we have an example of Ben Saxon having a seizure, like he doesn't feel well, like he needs the drug right now, and
it's withdrawal
it's kicking
symptoms
in.
when you're up to
exactly.
speed, right, okay,
There are
okay.
symptoms. So
tell us a bit more about like the kind of backstory where this fits in. I mean, you mentioned it's the same year, 2027.
Yeah. It
so-
happens when Adam Jensen is recovering from his injury.
So you're not at the beginning
So
of
you're
the
never
game
going to
when
run
he's
into Adam
injured.
Jensen.
No,
There. He's
no,
currently in
no,
a
no.
coma, right? He's getting built as you're here.
Yeah, and
right,
he's still
okay.
eating yaourt, you know.
Okay.
So remember, player in Human Revolution, Adam is actually 6 months
Yeah.
before coming back to work, where you start playing
So
as
that's
him.
quite a convenient window for this
Yeah,
to take place. Okay.
So here, what I want to point out is that on the controller side, when now we're getting into enemy territory, there's a gang there, and the way we do it is that you can just go with your aiming and go over the enemies, and it's going to lock on them automatically. But if you want, you can do it manually. So you have plenty of options where either with your finger you tap on the enemy and it locks, it gives you some aim assist, or you can simply go without clicking like that and you have full control if you want to go for the headshots or whatever. So we really took the time to really craft the experience to make it as smooth as possible.
Yeah, it's pretty
and tailored
amazing.
to the
Either for
different-
moving, aiming, combat, everyone will find their way to have the right option for your right playstyle.
And another thing, like we did to streamline the experience, so when you kill or knock unconscious some people, the bodies are going to disappear. But still, they can see them before they disappear, like if there are friends around. We also streamlined the controls, like there's no jumping anymore, but we added vaulting over objects. So it's all important that you take advantage of the platform and everything. So
wow, was that really necessary, Ben?
Yeah.
Oh, elbow blade. Good to see the elbow blades are back.
Exactly. So now it was a little takedown, and we'll go around and try to protect ourselves from the enemies.
Okay.
So what we did is to really give players like a challenge. Like the enemies are going to trace you back. They can be very aggressive, but again, you have plenty of tools to use to take them out.
Okay.
Now he's playing it very brutal, but you could take cover, try to sneak by them and everything. So now we have one guy left.
Yeah, there he goes.
Okay.
There he goes.
So now we showed a bit of the more brutal approach with the little takedown and everything,
Great.
and shooting up front. Now we're going to go into the next part where it's going to be more stealthy.
I always ask that question. Do you want to enter the drug den? I usually say no, but I'm interested to see that he said yes.
Yeah, Ben Saxon is on a mission, and he has some personal trouble, so he needs to find a cure.
I guess he does, yeah. The one question I've got to ask you is when people see the news, oh, a new Deus Ex game, and then when they see it's on iOS, they're probably some people are going to go, oh, because everyone would love to see a new Deus Ex game, current, or next gen, so PlayStation 4, Xbox.
Absolutely.
I would say the Xbox 720. That's not what it's called.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
don't
what it's
want to
called.
do that.
God, that rumor got drilled into my head. Sorry, yeah. So Xbox One.
Yeah.
So when are we going to see it, guys? Come on, you can tell me. It's just me here. There's nobody watching.
What I can say is that there were a lot of reactions by the fan about the fall on mobile. What I have to say is that, guys, please give it a chance. It's a really good Deus Ex game.
Right.
It deepens some of the aspects of what we're experiencing in the Icarus Effect novel and everything. It's a really good product. It's a really good game. But what I can tell you is that you need to be patient.
Right.
It's not because we're working on that it's the only thing in the world that's happening. Be patient.
Okay,
please.
patient, because you guys are a
We're a big
busy
team.
studio, right?
Yeah,
Okay, excellent. Well, let's just finish off. We've got a couple minutes left, so let's just show us a little bit more of this.
So
before we
right
wrap
now,
up.
what we're doing is we're taking some augmentations like the smart vision to see through walls. We're going with the punch through wall as well, and the ability to go silent. And what we have now, we have a quick bar menu, so we can map out all our active augmentations and items on the left upper corner, and now we can use them. So what we're going to do, like on Human Revolution, there's multi-path, multi-solution. So even though it's a mobile game, it's through Deus Ex, you can go various ways to find the best option that suits you and everything. So now we're going onto the side, trying to surprise the guy from behind instead of going full frontal and everything. So now we're going to use our smart vision, so we can see there are several people wandering around. There's one that seems close to a wall with some weakness. So
Maybe punchable wall.
yeah, maybe this guy is going to is going to have a bad day.
Have you guys ever accidentally tried to punch through a wall of
Yeah,
real
it
life
hurts.
thinking you can do that? Yeah, because I've tried that. It doesn't work.
Yeah, and it takes 1 year to recover for your
Yeah.
hand. It's very hurtful.
It's just not worth it.
Kids,
Well,
don't
guys,
try it at home.
Thank you both very much for joining me. So JF,
Pleasure.
and also Emil, it's been a
Yeah.
pleasure having you on. Now for everyone watching at home, that was Deus Ex The Fall, and before that, the director's cut of Deus Ex Human Revolution. Now, don't go anywhere, because in just a few minutes, I will be off this chair, the Irishman Danny O'Dwyer will be back in the chair, and we'll be looking at XCOM The Bureau. So please come back, The Bureau Declassified. So please come back and join us for that. In the meantime, I think we've got a 5-minute break, so we will see you very soon.